Hey everybody, it's Enraged Kuku here from the Hit the Crit development team. Today I have a short tutorial on how you can compare weapon damage using Hit the Crit's tools. By the end of this tutorial, you're going to be able to take small, easy-to-make recordings and turn them into damage comparison graphs such as the ones that you see here. You'll be able to figure out how much damage you'll be able to do at different points of time in a DPS phase, and you'll also be able to share those results with your teammates so that they can see the testing that you've already done. To start, we will make a small clip of us shooting the weapon that we would like to damage test. There are many ways to do this, and they can also be platform specific. In my case, I play on PC, so I prefer to use Streamlabs OBS and its built-in recording feature. Whatever method you prefer, as long as you're able to get a video file of you using that weapon, you're totally fine to use the tools that you prefer. When you're recording your clips for your DPS tests, make sure you shoot the entire first mag of your weapon as fast as you can, and after reloading, make sure you shoot the first shot of the second magazine as soon as you possibly can. Doing so is going to increase the accuracy of our DPS test when we go to make the weapon profile for the weapon. On your first visit to Hit the Crit, you'll either be met with this page if a friend shared their damage comparison with you, or you'll be met with a page similar to this one, explaining to you how to use the tool a little bit, or the things rather that you could do with the tool. So what we're going to do to get started is we can click on any of these buttons if you get to this page, or you can click on Create New Weapon Profile here. All of those buttons are going to lead you to this weapons page here. So this here is the weapon profiler. We're going to be using this tool to step through the video files that we've created and create a profile of the weapon we would like to test. So in my case here, I've already got my clips ready to go. So I'm going to open up my first clip by clicking this button here, the Open Media button on the video player. So that opened up on my other monitor here. I have the File Explorer window popped up, and then I can open my video file like this. If we scroll down here, you can see all the fields that we need to fill out for Hit the Crit to properly graph your weapon. So the first thing is it obviously needs a name. So in my case, this is a hothead, but specifically it has clown cartridge, so I'm going to say that it's a hothead with clown cartridge. Then a couple of these details I can give it right away, like mag size. I don't need to use the video for that. Because it has clown cartridge, it effectively has a magazine size of 2, so I'm going to tell Hit the Crit that that's how big the mag is. Then in this first clip here, I'm going to step through it to find key moments in the video so that we can properly graph the weapon. So the first thing we need is the time that we shot our first round in the first magazine. So I'm going to hit play here. And then around there, I shot my first bullet. This slider here I can use to accurately go back and try and find the exact frame where you can see the actual count in the magazine go down. So right there, we can see that the mag count went down, meaning the shot was actually fired. So now that we're at that time, we can actually click the clock button here, and that's going to pull from the video the time in the video that that shot occurred. Then we need to get the time of the second shot in that magazine. In this case, there's only 2 shots in the magazine, but it's important to note that if you're testing something that has, say, 7 bullets in the magazine, you just need to take the first shot of the mag and then the second shot of the mag, or even the 4th shot of the mag and the 5th shot of the mag. As long as these 2 values are one shot after the other, that's all that matters. So similarly to what I just did to get the first shot, I'm going to step through this, and I'm going to find when the count goes down to 0. So right there, we can see that the shot count went down to 0. So I'm going to mark that as the shot 2 time. The next thing that we need is going to be the reload start and reload end. Despite the name of that, realistically, what the reload start is the time the first magazine was empty. So in our case, as soon as this shot was fired, the magazine's now empty. This is us starting our reload. So I'm going to use the same time as shot 2 here. If, for example, you had a magazine that was 7 long and you tested on the first and second, you just need to similarly step to the last shot in the magazine and then get the time for it using that button as well. Then I'm going to step through until our reload is complete. And our reload time is actually when the bullet is fired in the next magazine. We're effectively the reload stat is essentially how long did it take for us to shoot, or how long was the delay from us shooting the last bullet of the first magazine to the first bullet of the second magazine. So I'm once again going to click this button here to get that time. Then, because in this clip I was just shooting at a wall, I'm actually going to open up a different video file here of me shooting the rocket at Cali, so we can get that damage number as well. So same thing here, I'm just stepping through and I'm just trying to find those damage values. Okay, so we can see two numbers here. We can see 26124 and 7456. So I'm just going to pop open the calculator app right now and I'll just add those together. So we have 26124 plus 7456. For a total damage of 33,580. So let's close that. And then we're going to put that in the damage field here. Now that we have all of that ready to go, we're actually ready to save this weapon profile. So I'm going to hit save here. And then we can see the weapon profile is successfully saved. Once we've actually saved that, we're going to be able to go back to the home page. And now you'll notice that we're able to see a little search field here that we can use to find our weapon profiles. So in our case, we only have the one, so we can see hothead with clown cartridge here. If you had multiple different hothead roles and you had saved a bunch of different profiles, you're able to filter down by searching things that are in the name as well. So if you know you were trying to test a hothead, you could start by typing hothead to find those roles. So I'm going to select that, and then here I can click on add to graph. And then we can see it's added the amount of damage I'll do within a 30-second DPS phase. It's important to note, though, that this is assuming I just have infinite ammo. So in this case, we can see that this is shot 1, shot 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I was using no reserve mods or no field prep, this is about as much damage as I would be able to do total. We can see on the side, if I hover over top of this, it's actually updating those numbers so that I can see how much DPS I would do, say, at 16.12 seconds, assuming that infinite ammo. We can also see the total damage that we would do at that time. So in our case, say you wanted to find the total damage of the weapon, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is about as much damage as you could do if you didn't have field prep or any things on that would actually increase the reserves of your weapon. Then the cool part of this too is we're able to share this result to our friends. So this share button here, when you click on it, is going to copy that URL up top into your clipboard. You can also manually copy this, and then by sending that to someone, you can show them the testing that you've already done. If for whatever reason you need to go back and edit that profile, on the weapons page here, you can see there's this same select option here. So I can click on my hothead with clown cartridge, and if I hit edit, on the bottom here, it'll pull all those values in again, so we can go through the form process again. We can also choose to delete a weapon profile here if we don't want to use that weapon profile anymore. If you encounter any issues while you're using Hit the Crit, or you have a feature that you'd like to suggest to the developers, you can go to our Contact Us page here to find a link to our Discord server. A couple features that we already have in the works are the ability to change the debuff and the buff value that's applied to your weapon, the ability to add different perks to your weapon, so you'd be able to properly test ramping style damage perks such as target locked, as well as the ability to do damage rotation testing. So you could see the damage difference between, say, Izanagi plus a Wendigo with autoloading versus Izanagi plus a Rocket with autoloading. I hope that this video has been helpful, and I hope that you guys all are able to do some pretty good damage testing. Thank you, everyone.